Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to Taskmaster Tuesday, the one scenario day in the week for Ultimate Admiral where I do contests versus the other YouTubers. Every day is different, History Guy Gaming and Brother Monroe. All of these guys are linked down below in the description. Today's challenge is very straightforward. You get one Spanish light cruiser in 1940 and you find yourself within an enemy convoy of 50 transports. You have 10 minutes to sink as many transports as possible using your one light cruiser. Every method is allowed: ramming, torpedoing, gunning them down, whatever other method you can find, shouting insults at them, boarding them, whatever you can imagine. Let's get to it. Design a ship that can sink as many ships as possible in 10 minutes of time. I'm going to make it fast, or I'm going to make it large. I need more guns. Interestingly, I think engines are the least of my worries. So if I can save some engine weight here, then that would be much appreciated. Bulkheads, I'll have some. Some of these transports can be armed, and 4 inches of gun can be pretty painful in these ranges. Especially a 1,000-meter range against a light cruiser. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Barbettes, standard, double hull, reinforced 2, anti-flood 1, and Citadel, well, doesn't really matter that much. All or nothing, I suppose. Unless that's too heavy on the ship. Nah, it doesn't really matter much. Okay, electro-hydraulic shells, or electro-hydraulic turrets, auto-loaders, especially that's going to be important. I want maximum radar. If I only have 10 minutes, then I want every single shot to count. Hydrophones, not required. Transports do not carry torpedoes, and a radio is not required either. Now, I want to fire as quickly as possible. That means guns with better reload, lighter shells. That's faster reload. And as for the damage output, I'm thinking that high explosive shell damage is going to be ideal in these cases. And Lid-Eye 2 gives you 35% HE shell damage. Then, set up the main tower, set up the secondary tower, and just cram in as many guns on this ship as possible. Now, I'm thinking 4-inch guns, because the 4-inch guns reload in 4.6 seconds, and this will allow me to get as much shells in the air as possible. So we're going to make it a 4-inch gun cruiser. And ideally, tons and tons and tons of guns. Alright, that's a good start. I'm thinking torpedoes could be handy, but it's going to be tricky to set those up properly. For the simple reason that a torpedo launcher is going to take time to reload. And if I have one of these, it reloads in 150 seconds, so that's about 2.5 minutes. That means I get a few torpedoes away on targets, but I'm going to have to be really particular about what ship I'm targeting. And ideally, I would not have every tube fire at every different target. Now, we seem to have a pretty heavy 4-weight offset. Despite having a few guns on the stern, it's really not helping that much. Let's shift the secondary tower back. Oh, not that far back then. Do I need that rear tower 7? Not really. This rear tower is a bit smaller, takes up less room, and allows me to hopefully put up a few more guns. Now, there is something to be said for the 4-inch guns, but there's also something to be said for using 3-inch guns. Because 3-inch guns fire even faster. Reload time of 3.1 seconds. Let's see if I can fix that 4-weight offset first. Not by moving the main tower, that's for sure. So I'd have to put more weight on the stern. Right. Well, I don't have barbettes, so I couldn't raise this turret even if I wanted to. These are going to have a pretty Nah, it's going to take too long. I need to focus on the main guns. Not so much focus on the torpedo tubes. Because these reload in 4 seconds. And sure enough, one salvo won't kill the enemy. These will reload in 150 seconds, and one shot will probably kill a transport. But the challenge then lies in how quickly can I reload those. Put up a different funnel. 54% engine efficiency. I think I'm going to go into this battle with a heavy 4 weight offset. And I don't even have all the guns that I want here. I can go with a different modern tower. Would that help me at all? Is this thing heavy? It's not terribly heavy. Engine efficiency 100%, although arguably that's not terribly important right now. How many 3-inch guns can I fit? I can fit them on these elevated platforms. We're gonna make this a pretty weird light cruiser, dedicated exactly and only to sinking transports as quickly as I possibly can. There's gonna be guns, guns, guns. These things reload in 3 seconds, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 per side, so that's 30 barrels, so that's 90 shells firing every 3 seconds. They carry 1,050 ammunition per gun, so they should be firing for quite a while. We do have one offset here. There. Right. And you thought I was done. You know nothing. There can always be more 3-inch guns. Now I have torpedo. You know what I'm going to do without torpedoes? Screw the torpedoes. 18% 4 weight offset. There is a way to get rid of that. Boom. Just put one 7-inch down on the stern. It's just going to reload a hell of a lot slower at 10.9 seconds as compared to the 4.6 seconds. When it does do damage, it might very well sink a ship in one shot. The one issue that I have with this particular turret is how quickly it's able to turn around. At least the other guns will be able to turn around. So maybe I can use that as sort of offset. And then have a 6-inch just behind it. Oh, now the aft is too heavy. Here? Yeah. Alright, so now I can put some more weight on the bow. I could put another 7-inch on the bow, but I think that's going to make it a bit unwieldy. So let's not do that. I'm almost putting this thing right on top of the anchor chain right now. This is a very heavy gun build. We are currently looking at 34 times 3 3-inch guns. 9 4-inch guns, 3 6-inch guns, and 3 7-inch guns. Guns, guns, guns. Now, I have 2,000 tons remaining, but I don't really know what to do with it. This helps. It turns the ship faster, allows for quicker maneuvers. Turning circle 428. So that's very nice. Maybe some more belt armor. And make sure that the secondaries don't get shot off. Even a 6-inch from a 4-inch from a transport could be a problem. Let's put some more armor on the belt extended. That's the maximum I can get on the light cruiser, 6-inch. Conning tower. 6 inches, I imagine. Yep. And we're still not topped out on weight. Maybe I'm just not going to top off on weight at all. Yeah, I think this is about right. Let's go. I really wonder what the other guys are going to come up with. Stop. Alright. We seem to be ahead of the entire fleet. That is really not where I want it to be. I want it to be here. This is going to slow me down significantly. Alright. We're going to turn directly into that formation. Primaries here, secondaries there. In case you want to know how to do that, the game tells you, bottom right hand side. If you want to fire all weapons, right click. If you want to just set secondaries, alt and right click. So I right clicked on this one and then alt right clicked on that one. And that allows me to spread out the guns between these two different targets. 10 minutes in-game time to sink as many transports as possible. Fire only high explosive. Actually, secondaries here, primaries there. Vigilantes turning hard. This could take a lot longer than I had hoped. I was really hoping to sink one transport in the first minute of the game. But right now, I am 1 minute into the game. I'm not even halfway through sinking a transport. We're definitely setting a lot of fires on these ships. I mean, hard not to really. Secondaries on the Obusier. These things can spin around? Interesting. Oh, I'm losing time. I'm losing too much time. This is causing all sorts of problems because I keep turning the turrets around, and that is not good. Bousier, flooding. She's just taken 19 hits in the span of a few seconds as all of those secondaries light up. Two minutes in. Still haven't sunk a ship. It'd be great if the other secondaries in the port side could actually target this guy. That would allow me to sink ships faster. Come on, get rid of it. One point. Good. Next target, Justice. Maintain course. Sail directly into that giant convoy there. Have the 7-inch guns done anything? Yeah, they have. 548 damage. Now, in this situation, where there is a fleet that is this big, you could argue that a couple of quintuple launchers could have made all the difference. Because they can just wipe out a whole bunch in one go. We are 3 minutes in. Come on, get rid of the Justice. And gone. 2 points. Next volunteer. Portside secondaries all opening up. We have 35,000 shells for the 3-inch guns. Just scored 2 points only. I wonder how many others, or how many points the other guys have scored. The game is starting to lag a little bit because there is so much to render. Now, the one good thing that's happening right now is that I am actually in the middle of the formation, which means that even shells which miss the original target have a pretty good chance of hitting a secondary target. Chambart's down, that's 3 points. I think they're gonna start falling pretty quickly now. Vigilantes, slow down. Because we're going to start to zigzag between this whole group. 3 points so far. See, I think that we got two different situations going on. The Cersei is currently getting hit by the secondaries, but the secondaries are sort of missing the Cersei and hitting the Fortune behind her. Oh crap. I thought that ship was going to go down. She's not. Now the gnome happens to be in the way. I only have 5 minutes left. I don't want to be damaging all these ships. I want kills. And we're not getting that. We're only getting damage on all of these ships. Looks like we've got a small collision going on here. 4 minutes left. I'm gonna come out of this with very few points indeed. This is definitely gonna go to one of the other guys. Flash fire on the souffleur. That's what you get for carrying guns as a transport. This is actually a lot harder than I'd expected. I'm not sinking them fast enough. I don't really want to ram the Morlow though. Hard to port. There we go. That's another one. Alright. Sink off the weak ones first. That's this guy. Oh, my rudder's damaged. The Vigilante's actually flooding. And I've actually lost track of how many ships I've sunk. 3? If that? Yeah, I think 3. This is the 3rd. Let's see if we can sink the Fortune. Two minutes left. My guns aren't firing because they're not properly angled / oriented towards the target. Try to hit the Tornado. Just need a bit more. I can get another point there. Bit of damage on the Thermidor. Come on! Sink her! I wonder if a 4-inch gun cruiser would have been better. I think the 3-inch guns are doing a good amount of damage here. The 4-inch have done 3,800. The 3-inch have done 6,500. All guns have so far pitched in, but not nearly as much as I had expected. Tornado is still not down. Fortune is still alive. At this point, I'm not even sure who we're targeting. There goes the Fortune. I'll just put a comment down below this video to note exactly how many ships I've sunk. About 80 seconds left. There goes another one. I can hit these guys together because they're so close. And the Druid is also quite close. Liberté taking fire. 50 seconds left on the clock. This is not gonna go well. The other guys are definitely gonna beat me out. There we go. Liberté sinks due to fire. Target Zeeshan. Or however you're supposed to pronounce that. 20 seconds left. Mm-mm. 15 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. That's it. That's all the ships that I was able to sink. So, 4 to 5, I think, out of 50. That is a dreadful score. I really wonder how Everyday's Different, History Guy Gaming, and Brother Munro have done. And I'll be checking that out. Links to their videos down below in the description. And, well, if you have any good challenges for next week, let me know down below in the comment section. And we'll pick one of those scenarios or come up with our own. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the challenge, and I'll catch you guys soon for another one.